staying with us. You listen to Planet Green Trees, episode 186. We're calling it Ter Beek, The King, and Rick Jones. Without further ado, we're going to go to our next guest. We're maybe going to try to get some other callers on. We've got Shilo Stevens. Is that correct?
Yes.
Shilo, thank you for calling in. I understand you, of course, and I read about this before, hey, John, that you're involved with a local access television show and have been producing content to educate the senator who is now sitting on the provisioning center bills. That would be Senator Richardville, who's incidentally from your jurisdiction. Is that correct?
Yes. I'm hopefully going to have a little segment about HR 4271 and 5014. You know, just I haven't. It'll be nice. That's all I'm going to say.
But Shilo, what you've been doing is getting time on public television stations and then utilizing existing videos. You mentioned specifically to me Run from the Cure, the Rick Simpson story, and also An American Marijuana Revolution, also called A Normal Life. So you've begun playing those on public television. Is that correct?
Yep. It is currently playing in Monroe, Michigan, every Tuesday. It starts at 9 p.m. On Comcast Channel 21 and Charter Cable Channel 95.
Now, we know why it's important. Go ahead, Shilo, please.
I just got a release for up in Grand Rapids to 198,000 households. I don't have all the details yet. I still have to get video content out to a ton of places. But
so how does this go about, Shilo, if you don't mind? So your background is in the television production industry, is that right?
Yeah, I'm a video editor and graphic designer and produce. I work at a mixed martial arts promotion currently, Warrior Extreme Cage Fighting.
Okay.
I've been doing that for about 5 years. So, but I mean, I've been active. Pardon?
Well, go ahead. Go ahead and explain.
Oh, I was active, you know, after the marijuana bill was passed, and then I sort of just got busy with work and haven't really been, up on things. But then, you know, they legalized it in Colorado and Washington, and I can only imagine how many people are scrambling right now to get legislation, you know, in their communities. So I think, you know, re-education of people and getting this stuff out to the public is pivotal, you know, to getting it legalized in Michigan.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, there's a number of. We try to do that, of course, on the show. I mean, you're talking about, you know, we every week, you know, try to create quality content in a reasonable way and messaging, and you know, trying to explain what's happening and put some explanation and information together for our listeners. And that's essentially what you're suggesting. I mean, and I just wanted to just kind of delineate you've always been a supporter of medical marijuana and legalization, and through your training and what you've been doing and your affiliations, you're on like a mission to buy or utilize some of these television stations' time and start to integrate into the regular programming, you know, some educational films and try to, you know, evolve the confidence level in watching those kind of films and passing the message of cannabis to the community. Is that right?
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Well, I mean, there seems like there's so many different ways that can be done. You know, let me fantasize for a second of being the program director, if I could. First of all, you could start with some Planet Green Tree stuff and just play some. No, I'm just kidding. But then I was also going to suggest. I mean, there's so many different things. There's so many films out there. There's so many testimonies of patients. I mean, you've got a studio. You could have people come in and talk and be interviewed, right? There's all different things that can do. But, I mean, is that the direction that this kind of...
There's some good past stuff with Planet Green Trees.
Yeah, well,
it's a video format.
We'll have to have another conversation about that. But I don't want to pressure him on the air and try to lock him in.
No, for sure. You know, we all need to get together and integrate and just put as much stuff out there as we can. You know, I urge people to, you know, the way I found it is I just went on Google and click public access TV stations, and the link comes up, and you have a link to every single public access station in the country. You click on the link. If it says P, it's public. There's government, educational. Some of them don't have them, but you just gotta sift through them. And I found, 20 of them in Michigan that will take material. And they're really, a lot of people were happy, that I was giving it to them. So, people that's ready. People are ready, I think. It's just going to take the people that have not seen it, to start saying, hey, hey, I saw this, hey, I heard this, I watched this on TV, and that's all it's going to take, I think.
Let's mark
tonight. It's going to take more than that. It's going to take more than that, obviously, but that's going to help a lot.
But my brain is just racing with ideas on this suggestion, but the 9:30 on February 11th, let's mark this the day that, the what you are doing is passed along to others. Like, what if 5 or 10 other people, I don't know, and I'm curious to know, people probably want to know what it costs, but there's probably other people that see the potential value in this, and that if there was funds raised to buy the airtime and just play the movies or broadcast our messages.
Yeah, a lot of them don't even cost money, and if they do, it's not a lot. So, but it costs a lot to make DVDs and send them out and print stuff out, and some you got to drive to, but you just got to sift through it, and that's what I did for Michigan. And I think this is pretty valuable that you could take it to another state and reproduce it in the same manner, get good results.
Because what you're talking about is really a, you're playing videos, but like
multimedia marketing strategy
right,
for the consumer.
You can.
That's what they did for. If you think about it, that's what they did for the last 50 years. With their propaganda and shit, and now we can just change the tables and use it against them.
That's right.
The question I have is, you're buying the studio time, or you own the studio time. You've rented it. There's various times, I'm sure, that are more expensive than others. There's more viewers than others, but the content is examined by the local,
another. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, but the questions, how is like you mentioned, some kind of approval needing to be made. Like you send them the video, they have to approve it. There's other types of content or media that you send. You could have live interviews. You could, have people doing music. Whatever you want it to be, right?
Mhm. Yeah, like you can, if you remember, you can go to the studio, you can get training, you can use their equipment. There's a lot of them that, if you're local, they will teach you how to use the equipment, teach you how to do all kinds of stuff. We are the media, essentially the people are, but they don't utilize.
Well, it's a great thing. Have you gotten any responses yet from Senator Richardville?
Well, you just had a first broadcast the other day, so it's a little early, right?
Yeah. I wanted to talk to, I need to talk to a few more people so I can be more informed of everything. And because I talked to Steve Thompson, and he's saying they're going to have a meeting about it, about the two bills. And then I'm reading here, there's another bill that they just passed. I don't know if anyone's talked about that yet. What is it here?
738.
That's 783.
783. Chad is right. Rick is wrong. 783. You got it.
Okay. Yep. The two guys who co-sponsored it, Senator Jim Marlowe, he's from Lake Orion. Well, he's going to be in for a rude awakening because that's one of the cities where all this material is going to be playing. So, hopefully a lot of his constituents will start calling him and saying, "Why did you sign this bill?"
It's Oakland County too. So, yep. So, and you're broadcasting, or you've got opportunities to broadcast in several communities, including Waterford, I believe you'd mentioned.
Yes,
run through the list of places you're going to be broadcasting these videos at for us, would you?
Now, see, I talked to a lady, too, today, so I want to emphasize that these cities are not the only cities that they're going to be in. They play in the surrounding areas, you know what I mean? For example, my public access in Monroe here broadcasts to the whole Monroe County, but they're not all like that. So, every city in Monroe County, Ida, Dundee, Blissfield, Erie, LaSalle, there's probably 20 or 30 different cities. So, but Okay, here we go. Farmington, Farmington Hills, Novi, Grand Rapids, Lansing, Kalamazoo, Lake Orion, Midland area, Mount Pleasant, Waterford, Wyoming, Michigan, Manistee, Michigan, Traverse City, and Oakland County, but I don't know the exact area on that yet. So, but yeah, that's who I talked to so far, and they'll take stuff from us. So.
All right, listen, I was going to say, it really is a fascinating idea, and I see, one of the multiple ways the message can be made, both on so many different levels, and I'm curious to know what the listenership is, and I feel like we got to get you back on in a couple of weeks to see what kind of impact and what kind of feedback you're getting from the local communities. But it is a fantastic idea, and I actually want to talk to you. I think the cast here from Planet Green Trees may have some ideas to talk and work with you on some things, just to help to produce some content for you, and, help set the message, because I think, if we're all speaking within the same, the mantras
I have a lot more than that. Just, I'm still finding more. So,
Shilo's got
patience.
Wants to publish as well.
Good stuff. Yeah, I think you lead with the patience, and that's the winner every time. All right, listen, we only have 24 minutes left. I want to take too many questions that I'm not going to be able to ask you right now. Let's get you back on in a couple of weeks where we can talk about some more. And it was a really great idea. And, first, Richardville sighting, please call on the emergency line, okay?
All righty.
All right, thank you so much,
Thanks, Shilo. Thank you.
Talk to you later. Thank you.
No problem.